Hello everyone, it's Tuesday, that's the day, yep. And it's quite nice. It's sunny, but of course very windy. So, but it's a nice change from having grey skies for 3 days, so it's good to have a change of pace like that. I just spent a bit of time down at Officeworks just trying to buy myself a 4 terabyte I should say, seagate external hard drive. Just need to back up some files. YouTube files take up a lot of space and I generally get rid of most of them, but some stuff I'd like to keep. The actual stuff I've edited, obviously I want to keep copies of that. And it's amazing how much storage you require these days. So, but it took them a long time to find the stock. It was empty on the shelves, and it took them, I reckon, about 20 minutes to locate it back in their warehouse area. I thought they were out of stock. That's the thing, living in Cairns, we're at the end of the road, and you will find that some big businesses will run out of stock and have to get it from somewhere like Townsville or further south. So it's just part of living here. But this time they had quite a few of them. So only $120. So that's, I think it was actually listed at 3 cents per gigabyte. That's how cheap storage has got these days. Of course, it's not a solid state storage. It's still using a hard disk, but I'm putting data on 2 lots of hard disks to make sure I've got redundancy. I think it's a sensible idea. Anyway, that's enough of the tech talk. I'm here to talk about the usual topic. I'm sorry, it's all Victoria, it's all Corona, and just going to continue on, I'm afraid. It's going to be the case for some time because I just don't see things improving in Victoria for months, maybe years the way it's going. Anyway, uncertainty is the only constant with the easing of the Corona-19, Civic-19 restrictions. Daily Mail, this is from Daily Mail, 73 cases, lowest since July 3rd. But what they don't mention is the deaths. I mean, that's the more crucial figure. I think they are going down, but they did have some shocking, they had 41 deaths the other day. Now that's really bad. So that's the more pertinent figure anyway. I don't know why the media is continually obsessing with cases, but anyway, that seems to be something that they're like a dog with a bone with that particular stat, and I don't quite understand it. But anyway, here we go. I'm going to get a lot of information from different professors. This particular journalist seems to be obsessed with talking to academics as opposed to average Australians, so just bear with me. Deakin University professor Catherine Bennett believes the magic number case is 20. Why has she got a better dartboard than me? That's what I'm asking. Where does this figure come from? What's her methodology? Another South Australian professor estimates the cases falling to single figures. Professor of what, I ask? Not mentioned in the article. Since when are academics the font of all knowledge anyway? I mean, as far as I'm concerned, they've been pretty inaccurate with a lot of their predictions in any case. But University of Melbourne professor Nancy Baxter says there's no magic number. Now that's a bit of common sense from an academic, a very rare thing to find these days. But I agree with Nancy. I think it's just, what is it with this obsession with having these numbers? It's crazy. Finally, some common sense from an academic, as I say, a person of letters. Does the journo framing this story ever talk to normal Aussies? I really, I've got to wonder. But wait, yet another guesstimate, this time from a leading epidemiologist and discredited World Health Organization expert. Now, I love those 2 words. World Health Organization is a pretty dodgy term, and expert, I really hate that term. It's being way overused. Anyway, Professor Mary Louise McLaws believes Victoria should have enforced the lockdown sooner. So God, this woman is even more woke than Andrews. I mean, God, I can't believe that she's that hard-ass that she thinks that Victorians haven't suffered enough. Going back to the Victorian era, I think, the way things are going. I can't help but feel that these medical experts want this to drag on. It's their moment in the sun regarding grabbing media spotlight. Daniels has no idea of long-term plans. It's a policy on the run, in my opinion, with Daniel Andrews. It really is. God, if people in Victoria, how can they be confident with this guy? He keeps coming up with all this BS, but he doesn't come up with anything substantial. And there's no reasoning behind what he's doing. So this is from news.com.au, by the way. The next Andrew's authoritarian fad is ring fencing selected suburbs. Now, what's the bet that Dandenong and Broadmeadows will be placed in permanent lockdown, just proving how New Labor hates the working class? The new elitist Labor really have nothing in common with the working class, and they would just love to penalise them. 22 times Andrews talks plans but offers no details. BS spin at its finest. Congratulations, Dan. Looks like our World Health Organization guru is salivating over ghettoising recalcitrant suburbs. Yeah, she really loves it. Now, there's a bit of some common sense coming in. Josh Frydenberg, who I normally don't rate that highly, actually has been talking a bit of sense here, citing the ramifications on mental health of prolonged punitive lockdowns. So the foolish ABC breakfast host who was interviewing Josh Frydenberg asked him for his assessment of acceptable case numbers. And I'm just thinking, what's the point of that? This is the obsession of the media and obviously these academics. You can't stamp this virus out. It's an obsession of the left to promote fear in the public, and it's working. It's frightening how easily manipulated people are. Going back to the Daily Mail, just when you thought it couldn't get worse, Labor appears to be hell-bent on hobbling the businesses in Victoria, subjecting it to a myriad of regulations and restrictions. How many businesses will just pack up or move interstate? I mean, it really is a possibility. Josh Frydenberg lashes out at Andrews again. The press won't challenge the Premier, so it's up to the Federal Treasurer to do their jobs. I guess the legion of lazy Aussie journos are too busy sipping on their soy lattes as they slap each other on the back in their middle-class, clueless, woke bubbles. Josh goes on, what has happened in Victoria is like a slow-motion car crash. Yeah, and I think that's very good commentary. I think the common sense is coming from people who have a clue about economics. I mean, if you know about economics, you know how much damage has been done. And it brings up another point to me. Where are all these humanities and social science academics actually looking into the effect that the economic slowdown is having on mental state of people? I haven't seen anything coming out so far. It's all been about the direct numbers from COVID-19, which are also quite dodgy, because I was listening to another YouTube podcast, and they were saying that only about 20% of the deaths attributed to the actual COVID-19 were primarily because of COVID-19. I mean, they've been including things like motorbike accidents in the COVID-19 deaths, which is absurd considering it's obviously caused by an accident. But that's the methodology that's being used. And you wonder, why is this happening? I think there's definitely some sort of agenda being placed to basically try to destroy the business in the West. I mean, it would make sense that the Chinese would be behind that. I mean, they've shown total belligerence towards us since the COVID was released by them early this year. I guess it's a conspiracy theory, but I think it's actually based on a few facts. It's not just out of thin air, and it really makes me wonder. Anyway, look, that's probably enough of all that for today. Again, thank you very much. The subs keep rolling in, so I'm very happy with that. I actually tried joining up with Subscribestar today, but I have to be okay before they'll allow people to actually donate to me if they feel it's worth the effort. It's more an experiment by me. I don't need the money or anything, but it'd be nice if people thought what I'm providing here is worth a little bit of remuneration, but it doesn't matter. What the idea would be to set up on my other network, which is Bitchute. So you can actually donate through the Bitchute channel. So I'm going to leave the links there each time. And if someone feels as if they want to support me financially, they can do it via that particular site. I am also leading the actual Lust in Space site that I've set up there is specifically designed for all science and technology regarding space. So I'll only be updating to that channel from now on with those topics. So if you're interested in that sort of topic, go over there. And just finally, yeah, thanks to everybody for giving me the thumbs up and the thumbs down, and the comments seem to be rolling in. So I really appreciate that. And of course, keep subscribing. I don't mind. I'm up to almost 510 now, but the more the merrier. Join in the fun if you're enjoying what I'm saying. If you don't enjoy it, well, you can tell me to get nicked, and that's your privilege. We are still a free society on this channel anyway. So have a great day. If you're in Cairns, enjoy the sun, and if you're elsewhere, well, hopefully the weather ain't too bad. See you later.